Yo, guys, we're back with season 4, episode 4. I need y'all to stop what y'all doing. Subscribe to my page, follow my page. Y'all already know the vibes by now. I want to thank my guest, Rodger, for coming on today. So what's good, Rodger? What's up?
I'm doing well, man. Thanks for having me on, Deontay, and I'm looking forward to a really good talk. We got a lot to talk about.
We do. And you started podcasting also too, right?
Yes, sir. So the problem is, with a lot of young people is everyone wants to be successful, all right? Everyone wants to be up top. Everyone wants to be the best. Everyone wants to be Curry, LeBron, Jeff Bezos. But people don't understand you have to put in work to get there and you have to acquire certain skills to get there. So my podcast is going to be a lot of life skills. I talk to a lot of people. A lot of people want to hear it. So we're going to talk about how to get to the top. But first, how do you work on yourself at this point to acquire the skills you need to be at the top? So I'm going to be posting it on Spotify, first of all. And the reason it's taking so long, because it's going to be backed by a lot of research. But also, this is big, Deontay. Don't miss this. This is big.
I'm not
All my
missing
listeners, don't miss it. All my listeners are going to have exclusive access to an NFT collection I actually have out too. So I'm not going to drop it until I drop my podcast. So all my daily listeners, they're going to get exclusive, minting privileges first.
I like that. And I think that's so huge. Like everybody sees Steph Curry, right? And they never see him in the gym. Everybody says he broke the record at Madison Square Garden. He shoots so many threes a game, even when he warms up. Like that warm-up video he did the other day, this went viral. But they don't see the practice shots that he takes. Like even it goes down to LeBron. Like everybody's saying LeBron's this, but LeBron's been practicing. And I agree. Everybody wants the millions. Everybody wants the TikToks. Everybody wants the followers, the subscribers. They just don't put in the work. They think that one video that they have, right, is supposed to magically blow up. They got to understand it's a grind. Even down to the hairstylist. Like, hairstylists got to be patient and
Yep.
understand that it could take 1,000, a million heads before that one head. You might be doing John Morant. You might be doing Derrick Rose. But you got to work your way up until you get to that point.
Yeah. There's a story, sorry, quickly before we get to the next topic. There's a story, and this is big, in California. I think in the 1940s, it was called the California Gold Rush. And the reason this story is so vital is because they're minting. Many people you heard the phrase 5 feet from gold.
Mm-hmm.
So many people were 5 feet from gold, so close to digging near that gold, but they quit. And, people don't understand that there's going to be some bad days when you're working on it. There's going to be some days where it just doesn't work out. But if you keep pushing like Steph Curry, if you keep shooting like LeBron, you're going to get to the top. You just got to keep going. It's perseverance.
Yeah, that's how I be thinking about it. Like everything I do, like I feel like if you focus on something for money purposes, then it's never going to come to you. Like you got to actually like what you're doing. Like I actually like if I woke up and said this video that I'm making right now, if it don't hit 1 million followers, don't get 1 million views, I'm never going to post again. Like I don't have that mindset. Like I just go in. I love podcasting and like whatever results I get off of that, like if I can motivate somebody to do something else, that's just a blessing. Anything else after that is all like blessings that from the man above.
Yes, sir. Because you don't want to go to work every day, right? You want to go into something that you love doing. You want to have, do something that you're passionate about.
Exactly.
So that's most important.
You want to
Money
make it
will
like
always come.
Exactly. You want to make it like it's not even work.
Yeah, it's not. Like it's not.
What's the name and why did you pick that name?
So I have a couple names, 3 names, or basically 2 names. I'm thinking of the life chat. That's a really good one because it's going to be about life, but I'm going to give, investing advice because I have a lot of investments myself, but also a morning chat with Rodger. There's a couple names I'm thinking of, but I think what I'm going to do is a morning chat with Rodger.
I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. What I'm going to do is I think I'm going to post a poll and see what, my potential listeners are going to want. So
I like that one, morning chat with Rodger. That's tough. That's
yeah.
tough. What motivated you to start making podcasts to begin with?
So I think what motivates everyone too, and I'm going to touch this on the podcast, to do something great is a mixture of passion and solving a problem. All right. So I just moved to Philly for college, as you can see, Temple, about 2 years ago. but I see how bad the neighborhoods are. I go play basketball in the neighborhood sometimes. Some of these kids just have no guidance, you know. And my passion is to, eventually get back to the community and lift up, people like us, Black people.
Facts.
So what it was a passion to do that, and then a problem I see in Philly. So I was like, you know what? A lot of people don't have guidance. And let's be honest, not to step on any toes. A lot of people didn't even grow up with their dads, you know. So if I can put out information out there where people can harbor it, make it their own, and build themselves up, that would be the best thing ever.
Yeah, I definitely feel like that's huge. It's definitely in the city of Philadelphia. Like,
Yeah.
we need that. And especially because we're young. It's not even like we're old heads. Sometimes it's different. We look at old heads and they trying to tell us something. When we look at people our age do, it's like, okay, he just did that. Maybe I should do that. Like it's different when it's like, okay, he's around our age and he acts this way. But no, I feel you. I mean, how do you like Temple?
This was a wonderful school. Right now I'm at Fox, the Fox School of Business. It's a little hard because I'm studying finance and business management, but I love it. Temple's everything I asked for. I love it. It's a little expensive, but
Oh
I love
yeah.
it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So you know why I brought you on my podcast today, right?
What's the reason? Let us know.
Man, we need this NBA talk.
Yes, sir. Let's
It's
get
a lot.
into it.
It's a lot.
Yes,
Let's
it's a
start off with
lot.
the West, man. Who
The
you got coming
West,
out the West?
the West, there's only three teams I'm looking at, Deontay. There's only three teams. So number one, the Suns, number one seed, first of all. They're on top. But the reason I got the Suns is because they're, all-star backcourt. They got Chris Paul down there. Nothing needs to be said about him. And then
Done.
you got D-Book. But the biggest part, though, you see these last three games, they haven't had Chris Paul, D-Book. But look at the stat sheets. They're still winning, you know?
Yeah. Cameron Payne. He's a problem.
Oh, my gosh. He just dropped, I think, 38 last night?
He's a problem. He's a
He's a
problem. I like
problem.
him. Who's the other two?
My other two is John Morant and the Grizzlies. He's balling out, but also, his counterpart, Bane. Bane can shoot that ball, man. But I got John Morant and the Grizzlies, and then I got obviously the Warriors.
I like that. And it's so crazy how we put the Memphis in there, because
Yeah.
literally Memphis was 3 years ago, was not even a team that we would ever think was going to be there. And then they
No.
go draft these young players. They go get Bane, who went late in the draft. Then they go get John Morant. And then they go get, what's the center name again?
They traded for Steve Adams from OKC,
Yes,
and then they got Jared Jackson too.
that's a snatcher. That's a
Yeah.
snatcher.
Yeah.
And then you got Ty Jones. There's so many weapons. I
Yeah.
like it. I don't know if they're ready yet though, because this is why I'm gonna tell you why. I gotta go with the Warriors for sure. And I'm gonna put the Warriors over the Suns because the Warriors was killing this year. And then December came, and then they added somebody by the name of Klay Thompson to their roster. That's scary. And then I think I can't put the Suns in there. I put the Suns in my top three, but I can't get them coming out the West because they got to prove something to me. Not Chris Paul himself, maybe the team itself. Like, I'm still
They've been made it
stuck
to
on
the
that.
finals, Deontay. They
I'm
was just
still
in the
stuck on
finals.
that 2-0 comeback. That's a closeout. When you play in the Bucks and you're Chris Paul, which you're in your 16th, 17th season, you needed that. You needed this in your legacy. So I'm looking at that like that's a closeout. Milwaukee should have never came back to Phoenix and won that game. So I got to look at it like that. Are they on redemption? Of course. I went to go see the Suns this season. Phenomenal. Devin Booker is different. Chris Paul is different. Payne, Andre Payton. Don't get me wrong. The coach itself, first of all, I love them being coached by a Black coach at that. Like, that's just so much history right there. But they also got to win. So I got to look at it like that too. And when you get in the playoffs, them records don't matter because it's 0-0 and anybody can get it.
Anybody.
I like the Warriors.
I got a question about the Warriors though.
Why? What's the
When
question?
they came back, you think when Klay came back, they added Klay Thompson. Nothing needs to be said about him. Do you think they got a little better or worse? Be honest.
I think it's worse, and I'm gonna tell you why. The last time Klay Thompson played basketball, Kevin Durant was on his team.
Yeah.
Right. So the last 3 years before that, he's been playing with two superstars, and he's had it a lot easier. Now it's really just him and Steph. and he has to get in the rhythm, right? I think he plays phenomenal as an individual. I don't think he's holding back, but he has a lot of new guys. I mean, from um, what's the that defensive
Jordan
Gary
Poole,
Payton
they got
Jr.
Jordan Poole, Gary
Yeah, you got
Payton.
Poole, you got Peyton, you got Wiseman, you got
Yeah.
Wiggins. He's like, so he's trying to figure all this out. And meanwhile, they're still trying to win. And Steph is over here being Steph. But then again, I can't say that that's ever not a problem, because when you have Steph Curry on your team that can shoot lights out anywhere in the playoffs, that's just a problem itself. I can't say the Warriors won't go out the finals. And this is the first time on my podcast I've ever said the Lakers aren't going to make it out the finals. I gave up on the Lakers, but that's a different topic. But
We're gonna get to that.
I got the Warriors, I got the Suns, and I'm gonna be honest, I might have to go at maybe sneak Utah in there. I ain't gonna hold you, because if they get right, they're okay. Or they're okay.
Ooh.
They're okay. I could throw Utah in there and be chilling. I like Memphis, I do, but I feel like, and I'm not gonna say they're too young, because clearly anybody can go get it, but experience is gonna play a role. Experience is definitely gonna play a role in that, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, what team do you see being a threat maybe 3-4 years from now? Like, we watching them literally grow into the individuals that they are. And then
Well, NBA or just the West?
that's the West.
The West, I got to go with them again. I really see the Grizzlies because, like I said, they're young, but they're already doing well. But
Yeah.
also, this is crazy. The youngest team in the NBA with the average age of 22, OKC. We can't forget about them. We cannot forget about OKC. They got Josh Giddey down there. He's only 19. He's doing pretty good. He was in the Rookie of the Year race. They got, don't forget SGA. He's still young.
Yeah.
They have a whole team around them too. Lou Dort is a lock, and he's
Yeah.
only, what, 23, 24?
Yeah.
So,
I like that. I like
yeah.
that. I think I gotta go with Memphis. Within the next 4 years, John Morant's getting the chip with Memphis. Like, they could be one of them two players away. Like, okay, let's just see who we can get in the offseason. Maybe if we bring this,
Yeah.
then Ja could do this. I think they're like that type of player. I gotta put the Mavericks in there. I think they're one or two players away. Luka's Luka. So you give Luka help, that's a problem. You give Luka a dominant center, and you give him a shooting guard. He did a lot with Tim Hardaway Jr. So imagine if he had another shooting guard like Clay, or I'm not saying they're going to get Clay, but he needs a sniper along with him. And then I put the Mavericks in there because Luka, I think sometimes I feel like Luka be playing with these people. I don't know if Luka be serious. I feel like he be playing with them like they're in their backyard, and I got to give it to maybe the Nuggets, man, because between Joker and Jamal Murray, we haven't seen a lot of that. Like, they're so young. Murray's been hurt a lot. Last time Murray wasn't hurt, he was going toe to toe with Damian Lillard. And I think I got to give it to the Nuggets, like Michael Porter Jr., Austin Rivers.
They have Will Barton, who's about to actually break J.R. Smith's record. So,
and they got Joker, who's MVP caliber every season.
Every season.
So I can't sit here and say the Nuggets won't, because once Jamal Murray hits Jamal Murray, that's a problem himself.
Yeah.
What players out the West you think improved the most this year?
You see, it's hard to say because the players I had in mind, they've improved, but they were already good. Like, we're talking about the John Morants, he was already good. But there was one particular I wrote down on the Spurs, DeJounte Murray. Now, before I say anything, the reason I say this is because DeJounte Murray just broke the record for most triple doubles in Spurs history. And last year and 2 years before that, he was not doing this. He was averaging 10 points. Now he's averaging about 20 some points, and he was an all-star actually this year. So DeJounte Murray is the biggest one off the Spurs, and I think.
I like that. I agree with you. I could put him in there, but you got to also mind you, he had DeMar DeRozan on his team. That's like 70% of his shot selection right there too.
Yeah.
I can give it to him. No, I can give it to him. I'm only gonna give it to him because he's under LeBron. LeBron loves him, so LeBron likes him. I like him too. I gotta give it to Ja, and I'm gonna tell you why. Ja wasn't playing like that. Like come on, the dude had 50 points, then
Yeah,
shot that corner shot on a buzzer beater. That's different. The
yeah,
man literally be flying. The man be flying. I give it to Ja. Um, you know who else on the West? I'm gonna give it to. I'm gonna give it to A. Wiggins. I think he stepped up huge for the Warriors. I've never seen him, truth be told, shoot that many threes. You
yeah,
know, um, and if I had to give it to another third person, I'm gonna go give it to Karl Anthony Towns. I'm gonna be honest with you. He's shooting a lot of threes. He's playing. If you want me to be honest with you, he's probably top 5 centers in the league right now. And I never liked him. Never liked him. I was watching him play the Sixers the other day. He got cooked. I loved every moment of it, but I can't say he's trash. I can't. He's aggressive. He wants the ball now. I feel like now he's finding himself. And it was a lot of distractions, but now he's finding himself. And now with who knows what's going to happen with them, because
yeah,
they're a team that could be 1 or 2 players away from going to the finals. Anthony Edwards, and then you got Patrick Beverly, you got D'Angelo Russell, you got Karl Anthony Towns. You get one more piece, and you automatically into the finals. Not automatically, but you're putting yourself in that conversation. So I like Karl Anthony Towns. He's like, I'm not saying he's like number one. I put John number one for shot selections, man, but
yeah.
I think Karl Anthony Towns improved a lot, a
I
lot.
got another one for you. I got another one. What do you think about this? I wrote down Anthony Simons on the Trailblazers because he was not playing like this. He
Nah,
went out, won that dunk contest, and now he starts dropping 30 against the Lakers, dropping
yes,
28 here. You know,
yes. I mean, if you want to be honest with you, I think he plays a little bit like Dame, a little bit like Steph. Like the way that he dribbles and be able to shoot is a problem. And he's not even like 25 yet. The way that he's been able to shoot the ball
yeah,
after All-Star break is just amazing.
yeah,
I gotta give it to him. I gotta give it to him, but I want to see what he does in 2, 3 years. And I think the Portland's up for grabs. I think he's trying to help Dame out as much as he can. You know, I don't know what Portland's doing. They should have never traded CJ, but that's just me. Um, I don't know. It's too hard to really pin it down. I think
yeah,
I gotta like I'll be looking at key moments, right? Like I was watching Karl Anthony Towns, and he had some clean shots. I looked at the TV like, no way. And I truly feel like he was a bum, but clearly
yeah,
he's not a bum. Like my respect, he earned my respect this season alone, not just in the All-Star game. The All-Star game, he was, I don't know how he did what he did, but I gotta give it to him. And Ja's always Ja. I feel like if Ja stays healthy, he's a problem because he
yeah.
be on Sky Zone with people the way that he be jumping.
He has to be careful though, because people who play like that, so jumpy, they get injured quick. You see, like D Rose, John Wall, because it's a lot of toll on your body to be jumping all over the place. He has to. What I'm trying to say is he has to develop a shot sooner or later.
Yeah, what's crazy is I keep looking at the comparison, and I don't want that for Ja. I never wanted
Yeah,
that for D Rose. I don't want that for Ja, but yeah, Ja is gonna have to learn how to shoot the ball, and
yeah,
Ja is definitely gonna have to learn how to operate without jumping every single game because
yeah,
he already faced 2 injuries this year. Luckily for the man above, they put him back in the game real quick. But you don't want one of these injuries where you like Clay, where you like D Rose, where you like KD, where you had like Kobe in his career, and he's
yeah.
not Ja no more. You just went from an all-star caliber to now what team can you fit on? We don't want that. But like, what team on the West disappointed you this year? And I already had my team, so you could go ahead.
You know what I'm about to say.
It's the
You
Lakers.
know exactly what I'm about to. It's the Lakers because first of all, I was never a big fan of bringing in Russ because I personally think when it comes to fitting in with the Lakers, they needed a shooter. They already got LeBron and AD, so I think they needed a shooter. They needed someone with IQ, someone who could facilitate. I never thought Russell Westbrook was the right pick, but even so, he still averaged a triple double. So I still think they disappointed. But you also have to take in effect that AD's been injured. Carmelo's been injured like every other game too. But also their defense is the biggest problem. They don't play defense. I'm sorry. I understand you guys are older. You guys are the oldest team in the NBA, but you have to play defense. And they're just getting. They can score the ball. They still got LeBron, who's averaging 29. They can score the ball, but there's two sides of the game. You have to play defense, and they don't play defense.
Yo, I agree with you heavy. And I think it's so much more on why it's disappointment. I feel like we started the season, right? Kendrick Nunn has never played a Los Angeles Lakers game yet. That's a problem. Understand that he is a shooter, he's a defender, he's still young. Okay. I think LeBron started the season, he got hurt. When he came back, he went under COVID protocols. Russell been playing Russell, but he hasn't been finding his rhythm. The first half, he's missing layups. He's trying to be shoot. He thinking that it's OKC Russ. It's not OKC Russ. And I think a lot of that season, first half of the season, he was trying to be OKC Russ. And I love Russ. I have nothing against Russ, but he's not OKC Russ no more. He is a Russ that can help you win. He can hit shots, but we don't need 30, 30, and 30 from him, you know? So, and I think that was hard adjusting. You know, maybe they didn't talk about that a lot before this trade deadline. And then you got to realize Carmelo Anthony comes in, he comes out. He comes in the rotation, he comes out. Then you go from AD coming in to coming out. AD coming in, he comes back, gets hurt. And there's so many injuries from Horton Tucker, you know, the coach goes in and out. Then the no playing defense. The chemistry's not there. The chemistry's not there. Oh, I mean, I'm looking at the game the other day, 10 turnovers in the first quarter, like 10 turnovers.
In the first quarter.
You know, like, and it's not, don't get it twisted, it's not dumb, it's LeBron too, you know.
Yeah.
And I mean, it seems like they can't score the ball, they can't play defense. I don't know what it is, right? So this is where I think, right? I think if they go into the playoff tournament, AD comes back, Carmelo stays healthy, LeBron stays healthy. That's if they even make it. If they don't make it, I think they're doing themselves a favor, right? I think they should. I don't think they should make it. I think they should cut their loss this season, right? I would keep Russ. It sounds crazy. Keep Russ. Do not trade Russ. Don't. And I'm gonna tell you why. He had the last 6-7 games. He hasn't done nothing wrong. They just haven't won. That's not his fault as a player. I think the last 7 he scored 12, 15, 19, 17. You know, maybe he had 4, but 12 assists. So like, if you watch one game, when they didn't have LeBron, what about that game in Charlotte? You know,
yeah,
you get them games like that, that's fine. You know, you get games. I was watching the Knicks. He was literally setting people up. They just wasn't hitting shots. And then he shot the ball. Then he missed. And sometimes Russ shoots a lot of dumb shots, but he's done that his whole career. I'd rather have Russ. Okay. I think they got to drop a lot of people to free up some money. I'm not saying we'll get a superstar. I'm not even saying do that. I'm saying I would go get somebody humble. I would go get somebody young. You know, I wouldn't even go get somebody old because clearly it ain't working. Like Trevor Ariza, I like him, but he sucks. You know, he's terrible. He's in my start. He was in our starting lineup like 6 times this season. That's bad.
Yeah.
You know, and then I mean, you want to be honest with you, Carmelo Anthony shouldn't be starting. And then it's a lot. Who I would keep that's young is Austin Reeves. You know,
AR. Woo!
Sniper.
That boy can shoot.
That boy's a problem. I like him too damn much.
He's scrappy. He can go up there, get a rebound. He can shoot. He can throw the lob.
He's like white, black chocolate, man. I don't know.
Yes, he is.
He play like a black boy. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man.
He is.
Man, listen. Snappy. I like it. I like
he
him.
Is.
He's like that Alex Caruso.
He is.
He doesn't wear the joint. Like, I like him. And I like Malik Monk. You know,
Malik
I think
Monk.
them two definitely need to stay because they're offensive buckets for sure. You know, I think Russ needs to stay. I think Brian needs to stay. I think AD needs to stay. But I think anybody who's not dumb, they need to go. And then we need to go figure out who we're going to get, you know, because I even think freeing up DeAndre Jordan was cool because I would do that. You still got the Dwight Howard, which I would still keep. I ain't saying the White's going to give you 40. He's going to foul out in 5 minutes. but he's gonna grab some rebounds. He's gonna block some shots. He's gonna make it hard when AD's out. So I think the Lakers. I don't think the Lakers' journey. I'm not saying the Lakers' journey is over. I'm saying it's a season, and seasons come and go. And just 2 years ago, they was in the finals. I think they're also like they're a letdown, but sometimes a letdown is good, especially when you have LeBron James on your team. Like he don't like ending the season like this. He
Yeah.
don't like ending. No. He wants to be fighting for the playoffs. This man been fighting for a playoff since 18, 17 years old.
Yeah.
And so he doesn't like ending it like this. So when he ends it like this, understand it's going to come back worse. He's going to figure it out. Trust me, I guarantee you, he already knows what's about to happen before it happens. The GM's looking like he already knows. Rob, everybody looking at that team. And I don't think it's so much of pointing fingers. I think it's so much of where we got all these players and it don't fit.
But they have to come together, improve their chemistry. When they got to talk, hang out. But the biggest thing, they have to improve their defense.
No, for real. And they need some young boys. I'm not gonna hold you. They need some young boys.
That's why I think they should get rid of. I personally think you get rid of Russ. The only 4 people you should really keep, honestly, is LeBron, AD, Austin Reeves, and Malik Monk. That's all I think you should keep. That's it. I think you got to get rid of Russ. He's older. He's not a team player. He doesn't. You need a young point guard that can play defense, that can dish the rock, and go get some too.
So we can trade Russ, but we need an all-star caliber back. Like I'm not trading Russ for no 3 people to come here. The only way I'm trading Russ, if Russ goes to Miami Heat and I get Kyle Lowry and Tyler Hero, that's it. That's the only trade I'm taking. Because Kyle Lowry might fit in that system. So I don't know. I don't know. It's not over. But I guess I'm gonna watch to see what happens, man. But you ready to move to the East?
Let's move to the East.
All right, man. Who you got coming out the East in the finals, man?
So the East, there's only a couple teams I see. There's 4 teams I'm looking at, and it's not one. The Nets is not one of them. The teams I'm looking at is now the 76ers, and we're gonna get to that. The 76ers. We see the Miami with Kyle Lowry, Jimmy Butler, and Jimmy Butler hasn't even been playing every game. He's been injured, and they're still winning.
Neither has Bam.
Yep. Bam. We got the Bulls. The Bulls are looking good. Once they got DeRozan,
they're looking perfect.
They're looking perfect. And look, 2 of their best players, not best players, but 2 of their key players in Caruso and Lonzo got injured, and they're still winning. Exactly. And then when they come back, when playoffs come, it's gonna be a problem. And then obviously you can't count out the Bucks and Giannis with Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton down there.
Yo, first of all, the Bucks just played the Bulls yesterday.
Yeah.
And I was watching that game, and I actually said when the Bucks were down that the Bucks were going to win.
Yeah.
And it comes down to that. It comes down to them that finals, man. They dogs. You can't count them out. I have the same exact 4 teams. I think I have, but you're missing one for me. I got the Bulls. I got the Bucks. I gotta throw the Nets in there, and I'm gonna tell you. I gotta tell you why. Ben Simmons is about to be a problem. You understand? Like Ben Simmons is about to be a problem, and I'm gonna tell you why. He doesn't have to shoot the ball now. He has Seth, Kyrie, and KD on his team. So now he doesn't have to shoot the ball.
Does he really have Kyrie?
Oh, what? Come on. Listen, Kyrie didn't he just close out a game and foul shots to score like 30, him and Seth together? KD wasn't even playing that game. I think, yeah, man. I can't take the Nets.
The problem, I really think the problem is going to be Kyrie because, they're going to develop that, but you got to understand Kyrie's not playing every game. He's only playing away games. When it comes down to the home stretch, he's not playing any of those games. It's going to become a problem, especially for chemistry, because one game you got Kyrie scoring 20, that next game he's not here, and now you need Ben to score at least 15. It's going to become a problem with chemistry issues,
Okay, I understand what you're saying. And the Sixers are my 4th team, by the way, but hold on. I'll give you what you're saying with the Nets. But listen, what if they take off that rule right before the playoffs, which I magically think they will, right? I think they're going to let Kyrie play. Let's just say if they don't, then KD without Harden and Kyrie take the Bucks to a game 7 and lost by an inch because his foot wasn't on the line by himself without Harden and Kyrie. So even if you have Ben and you have Seth, that's a problem. You
Yeah.
know, understand because Seth could easily give you 30. Ben
Yeah.
could easily, listen, I feel like Ben has so much to prove. You know, so much to prove. He can't come back here. He can't come back to Philly. So now he's gonna prove everything he can. Maybe he'll shoot the ball. Maybe he'll drive the ball. Maybe the first minute he might shoot the ball as a net just to show Philly he can shoot. Who knows what Ben's about to do, but he's hungry. He's
Yeah.
angry. He's angry, you know,
Yeah.
and he's gonna do everything he can so the Sixers can't win. It's kind of like a petty thing right now, you know. I don't know. I can't count the Nets out. I can't count out KD, but who I personally think's going out the finals is going to be between Bulls and Bucks. And I
Yep.
agree with you. I agree with you.
Yep.
I agree with those two. And I won't take the Heat out of that conversation. You know, not for sure, because
He was just in the finals.
Jimmy Butler,
Yeah.
Kyle Lowry, Tyler Hero,
Yep.
you know, PJ Tucker, you
Duncan
know,
Robinson.
what, like, the bench is deep.
Yeah.
Victor has not played a game. You know,
No.
Victor's been in and out, and that's a problem. You know, so but I gotta look at the Bulls, and when I look at DeMar DeRozan, when I look at Zach, when I look at, you know, they just added another center, Tristan Thompson. When I look at their center too, and I look at Lonzo Ball, defensive player, he's going to listen. It's not going to be easy to score on him. Then I gotta look at Alex Caruso. You already
Yep.
know. He's like a fly. He's going to annoy the hell out you.
Yeah,
And
he
you got
is.
DeMar DeRozan.
You still got Kobe White.
You know, that's a problem. But I can't take the Bucks out because they got this one person, his name Greek the Freak. And anytime I hear Greek the Freak now, I don't even question him now. Listen,
Yep.
I don't even care they up 3-1 on any team. I can't count the Bucks out. I got Bucks going to the finals. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's funny though, because they kept their same team, and which is weird. But I got to go, oh, and adding Serge Ibaka. I like that.
But they had to keep their same team because you got to see, you just signed three of the biggest contract in basketball history. You signed Drew Holiday at like 120 mil. Obviously, Giannis has his big contract. And you just gave Chris Middleton a little chunk of money, you know?
Hold that thought. And you want to get rid of Russell, who we just had to pay. We just had to pay him.
But you look, if you get rid of Russ, though, you free up what, 100-some million. Russ is not like, come on now. Russ is not a team player. He's not. If you want to win a championship, no one is saying, let's get Russell Westbrook to win a championship. I'm sorry, but that's just it. No one is saying, oh, let's go grab Russ for 100-some million when he's going to take, when Austin Reeves just hit 3 threes, he's going to, instead of giving it back to the man on fire, you know how to play ball. If someone just hit 3 shots in a row, you're giving it back to them. Instead of giving it back to them, you're taking dumb shots and airballing. Nah, we don't want Russ.
I like that.
I like that.
Russ. All right, we'll see. I want Russ. I might try to move back to the West, but I want Russ to win a chip with the Lakers just to zip people up real quick, man. Zip them up. You know.
Yeah.
What teams on the East like you see being in the finals? Maybe within 4 or 5 years. Maybe they're 1 or 2 places away, or maybe they're there right now, but they're just not better than the other team.
Well, they're already there right now. You have to talk about. You got to talk about in the East. You got to talk about the Bucks because you got to understand Giannis is only 27. All right, we're talking about the Bulls, but DeRozan's 32. His career is, quickly coming to an end. It's coming to an end. But Giannis is only 27, and he's already top 3 in the league. But also, I got to give it to the Cleveland Cavs, man. They out there balling, and their best player is only 24, and Darius Garland, right? He's young, 24. They're still winning games. And the crazy part is he's injured every other game. And right now they're 5th or 6th in their conference.
I know. I like Cleveland. I do.
Yeah.
I like them. You got the center, you know,
Mobley.
Then you got Sexton.
Yeah. Sexton he didn't even play this season yet. He's still injured.
You got Cedar Osman. I like him too.
Yeah.
I like Cleveland. I do. I don't like
You
them
got
better than the
Chetty.
Hornets though. Mm.
You see,
Melo.
Hornets are good, but they rely on three pieces. All right, let me put it like this: if LaMelo not scoring, if Bridges not scoring, if Rozier or Hayward don't have that big game, who else is scoring?
That's been okay. All right. You want to go? If you want to go like that, if you want to go like that, then. Oh. All right. If Chris Middleton's not scoring, and Drew Holiday's not scoring, and Giannis is not scoring, who's scoring on the Bucks?
Fair enough.
You know what I'm saying? So, Mike, that's how I got to see it, because if you think PJ Tucker and Grayson Allen is going to give you 30, 20, that's not going to happen. I think but this is what I will say. I like the Hornets over Cleveland, on the team
Ah,
piece away because of Melo. Melo, he gets teammates better. Like, he's a problem.
what about Darius Garland? He was just an all-star. He's literally when Darius Garland does not play, Cleveland has a better, and this is stats, Cleveland has a better chance of losing, or they lose more when he's not playing. Darius Garland is a problem, but you still got Evan Mobley, and you got the double-double machine, Jared Allen.
The only reason I would ever pick Cleveland over the Hornets is because of Jared Allen. But only because if Cleveland keeps him and keep their guard, they're one piece away. Because he's small, but he can shut down the middle pretty fast.
Yeah.
He can shut down the middle pretty fast. And I like that.
So I got a question for you. So seeing that LeBron's, he's about to be 38, he's getting older. It's time for him to win one more chip and get the hell out the league. And also, Bronny's only 3-4 years from coming into the league. How do you like this? LeBron going back to Cleveland with the team they got now. You ain't think about it.
Say that require LeBron though, you're gonna have to drop somebody. And that's not all. And I'm realizing all the time that it's not good to drop people because everybody the Lakers drops is doing so much better. We dropped Alex Caruso, Kyle Kuzma. We didn't drop, man.
KCP.
Like, come on now. We didn't drop Harrell. Like, we got rid of Zubac. We didn't got rid of, I'm just saying, we got rid of D'Angelo Russell. We got rid of Julius Randle. Like, sometimes I feel like it has to be a now or then moment. And you got to realize LeBron won't be going there to win a chip. He's going there to play with his son. So, I don't know if it's a smart business move to split up that whole team because by then, Cleveland might be a championship contender without him. By then, who knows? Because maybe that team is young. That team is young, and their star player hasn't been playing. Colin Sexton has not even been playing. So
that's not their best player though. Their best player is Darius Garland.
You think he's over Colin Sexton?
What? You see, Sexton is good. He's a lockdown.
Sexton hasn't played this season, and you forgot about him.
No, listen, I've seen Colin Sexton last season, but Colin Sexton, first of all, he cannot shoot like Darius Garland. He cannot facilitate like Darius Garland. He cannot get a bucket like Darius Garland. Colin Sexton is a lockdown, and he can get to the rim, but everybody knows he's not a shooter, and he's not an all-star player like Darius Garland. You know what I'm saying? I think Darius Garland is way better. And you see this season when he doesn't play, when Darius Garland doesn't play, they're losing. Even though they're losing by 3-4 points, they're still losing. When he plays, they have a better chance of winning. They beat the Nets 3 times in a row this season with Darius Garland. And look, before you say anything, they had Harden. Yup, they had Kyrie, and they had KD, and they beat the Nets 3 times in a row.
You think Cleveland's going to get a ring before the Hornets do?
Whoa, it depends what happens. You see, the thing about Cleveland is they're all young, so they don't have big contracts. Maybe some of them are making $8 million a year, $5 million a year, so they can go and get that crazy player and still keep their team because their contracts aren't that big. The only person that's going to get a big contract now because he just had an all-star is, Darius Garland. Now he can get that incentive because he made it to the all-star game. Besides that, they have the space to go get LeBron James. They got the space to go get a big all-star caliber player. So honestly, I'm going to say this is big, but I'm going to say I feel like Cleveland can win a ring before the Hornets.
Hell no. I'll tell you why.
Why you say that? Why you think?
LaMelo Ball. Man, listen, man. Him, Miles Bridges, Terry Rozier, Gordon Hayward. Understand their GM is Michael Jordan. They're
Yeah.
two places away. They're 1 and 2 players away from being a threat. So I gotta look at that too. You got Devontae Graham on their team too, which by the way, he could put up easily 15 coming off the bench. So I think it all depends on.
Devontae Graham, didn't he? He got traded, right?
He's not on the Hornets.
No, I think he's on the Pels. He got traded.
Yeah,
He's on the Pelicans. He's down with
right
CJ.
before the All-Star John.
Yeah, he's with CJ McCollum down there, Brandon Ingram. They're doing pretty good too, man.
Nah. Nah.
Come on, the last 3 games, CJ's been averaging what, 31?
Something about Brandon. I don't like Brandon Ingram. There's something about him. I don't know.
I don't think he has that dog in him. I don't think you can tell when players have that aggression, that dog. He doesn't. He's like a pretty player who tries to I don't think he has that dog.
Like I feel like one season I was like, okay, he's about to be a Kevin Durant type of player when KD leaves.
Yeah.
He's not a Kevin Durant type of player. So I'm like, I don't know if I like you because you haven't reached your full potential yet.
He hasn't.
I gotta go with the Hornets just because Melo's shiesty, man. I mean, bro, he's crossed over Drew Holiday, Alex Caruso. Like, that's not easy to do. We're talking about dog defenders. I mean, he make Patrick Beverly look bad out there. You know, so I don't know. What players you feel like really improved this year on the East?
Ooh, so there's a couple players. Yeah, you could go first because there's the biggest one I was just talking about, Darius Garland. Come on now, Darius Garland. But
Maxey.
Oh, I had that written down too. Darius Garland, Tyrese Maxey. Yo, Maxey is he just formed a new big three.
My new favorite player. Nobody better see nothing about that boy. I started first of all. I even like really watch him, and then like something really made me bring Maxey to my attention. I don't know what it was, but like once I started watching Maxey, I was like, what? Then I'm watching him against. First of all, it's funny that we're talking about them 2 teams because they just played yesterday, and they were down like 15 going into the third. Tyrese Maxey was lights out, like, and now that he's playing on the side of Harden, what?
Yeah, and the thing about it, the kid can do everything, and I say kid because he's only 22.
Yeah,
the kid can do everything. He can shoot. We seen that. He can pass the ball. We seen that. He can shoot threes too, and he can get to the rim. That's the best part of his game is, they run this play, right, where Harden's isoing. They got Embiid on the block, and they got Maxey in the corner. So if Harden drives to the rim and they collapse, they swing it out. Yup, they kick it to Maxey. If he doesn't have the shot, he just literally sprints to the rim. Easy layup. They got that play, and it's so nice. He's hard to stop, and he's the problem. The last 3 games, he's averaging 28 points per game.
And I put Maxey in the big 3. I put him over Harris right now.
Harris is not Harris. I personally think Harris is trash.
I mean, I don't think he's worth the money we paid him.
No,
but I feel like he could give you some buckets. He give you some buckets, but he can shoot some threes. He can't say he's trash. I can't say he's fully trash, but he's okay. He's not what I thought he was going to be when he came to the Sixers, but he's okay. I like.
It only gets better with Harden. It only gets because now Harris is seeing more open looks because now they got help on the drive when Harden goes inside there. So it's going to get better with Harden. I think we're going to get to that, but Harden we're going to get to that.
Yeah, and I think for like improved players on the East, man, I'm going to give it to Tyrese Maxey. I'm going to give it to Darius Garland. And as far as the East, man, I might have to low-key give it to – I think I'm going to have to give it to RJ Barrett, man. So many games in a night, he is that player to go to on the Knicks to close out games too. I mean, you watch that Lakers game, I can go back to months ago, 4th quarter, 5 seconds left. He's iced 3 from the 3. You want to go back to 2 weeks ago, iced 3 from the Minnesota. Not only is he a left-handed person, but now he's driving right. and that makes it harder for a defender. He's still very elite. He can still score in any guard. I think I gotta give it to RJ Barrett.
I
He's a
have one
big
word though: inconsistent. RJ Barrett is
scorer,
tough,
but the
but
Knicks
you
are
can't
inconsistent.
drop. Huh?
But the Knicks are inconsistent.
The Knicks are because of individual players coming together being inconsistent. You have players like RJ, you got players like Julius Randle, who statistically is one of the worst in the paint. You can't be that tall. You're one of the worst in the paint. Then you got RJ Barrett. One day he drops 32. Next day he drops 10 and he goes 3 for 28.
I think it's so much with that team, though. From having Kemba Walker start to having him on the bench. You
Yeah.
know, that's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah.
He's been starting since Hornets back in like 2008. Goes to
Yeah.
every team and started, and now on top of this, you're like, I'm a bench player. That's
Yeah.
hard to sit back, let RJ, let Frontier, let Randall come in the game, and then it's hard. Then you get Derrick Rose out, and then I feel
Yeah.
like a lot has played into the inconsistency, but they're still in a playoff bracket. They're easily going to the playoffs once again, and they have ever since they've got RJ, they have
Yeah.
made playoffs 2 out of 3 times. So I can't say that. And then you got Cam Reddish, that's a nice piece to be coming off the bench. I think the Hawks are going to lose him. I think they're going to miss him, and I think the Knicks I gotta give it to RJ Barrett. Like I don't know, I like him. I don't know.
Who's going to be for the Knicks? Who's going to be that facilitator? Who's going to be that point guard? Yeah, you have Evan Fournier, but he's a shooter. Who's going to be that point guard and facilitator that's going to go and say, "Hey, I'm going to be your leader, and I'm going to direct everybody. You guys play your game, but I'm going to be the leader." Who's going to be that person?
I think it's RJ. But listen, a lot of people gotta understand when RJ and Zion and Cam went to Duke together.
Yep.
Zion has not done nothing to me.
No, and I said that.
Other than eat and wear these nice clothes each and every game. By the way, his shoe collection is crazy. Won't put nothing past him. Kim has not done nothing. He had some good shots, but last year in the playoffs against the Sixers, he didn't even play until the 5th game, 6th game, came in, maybe gave you 10 piece. RJ out of that big 3 has been pitting up numbers day in, day out. He's so young, I think 24, maybe he's our age. Also his godfather is Steve Nash, who also understands it takes time to develop. It does. But when he develops, it's gonna be a problem.
It is.
A lot of people think Melo was so developed on the Nuggets, so developed. Then he came to the Knicks. What? Came to the Knicks and it was a whole different beast. Was a whole different
beast.
Yep. Melo Nuggets we loved him. We were sad when he left, but then he went to the Knicks. It was a whole nother chapter. Now he owns the Garden. So I think it's just in chapters, and I think he's still in that first chapter. But the fact that he learned how to dribble with his right hand, so late, he's okay. He's gonna be all right.
So, what you think about the Hawks and Trae Young?
I think it's hard for me to ever say that Trae Young is gonna go to the finals with the Hawks. Like I never woke up one morning and said the Hawks.
He was one step away. All he had to do was beat the Bucks. They were in the finals. He was one step away.
But then again, first of all, we can't even talk about last year. You want to talk about last year?
Yeah.
We should be talking about the Sixers should be one play away. So let's just say last year, Ben Simmons played like Ben Simmons. The Hawks haven't been one game away. I'm gonna be honest with you. Let's go from that. The Hawks beat the Knicks. I'll give you that. Understand that. They're Knicks. That was a good battle. But to understand, you should have not gotten past the second round on the Sixers. Ben Simmons wasn't playing like Ben Simmons. He Trae Young went up and he ran away from him. I don't know where they do that at, and then he was right there and gave him a pass. What point guard is doing that? So understand that. Understand they were going to have to play the Bucks or the Nets. That's what so if we're talking about health, the Hawks are going to go up against Harden, Kyrie, and KD. It wasn't going to end too good for them. And then on top of that, you got to understand, they was going games with the Knicks, so it's not like if they swept them, then I'd be like, okay, maybe we went to a game 7 on the Sixers and it wasn't Ben's fault. I could say that, but like those type of things are a luck moment. That's
Yeah,
like Kawhi with the Raptors. That's a luck season. Because
yeah,
you understand if KD and Clay and Steph was on that team with Draymond, that shot with the Sixers don't even matter. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So I think that was like a luck. So when I look at Trae Young, I think of him as a Damian Lillard, loyal but won't win. He's
Huh,
loyal,
that's interesting.
but I don't think he'll win until I
Yeah,
think he needs help. He needs help, and he doesn't need young help. Like Hunter, I love Hunter. I love him. I loved him. He was in Virginia State University.
yeah.
I don't think he has like. I never woke up and said it's 5 seconds left. We're giving it to Hunter. I think a lot just needs to like happen. I think don't they have Clint Capella, right?
They got Capella, they have John Collins, they have Bogdanovich. Yeah,
I think them 3 could stay. I like Collins a lot. I think he brings like that Miles Bridges energy to the team.
but he has to learn how to shoot, man. All Collins can do is go up and dunk the ball. It's just they run the same play with him, pick and roll with Trae Young, and Trae Young throws a lob. That's the only thing he can do.
But with them, I've been watching a couple of plays. Sometimes it's a double lob. Like the pick comes from Collins,
Yeah,
Trey dribbles off, those are to Collins, Collins those to Capella.
yeah.
That could work. They do have that one shooter though that you just said, but
Bogdanovich,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, but they need another one. And,
They
but he
have
is
another one. They
tall.
have Herder. Is that his name? Herder?
I
They
like
have Herder. He
Herder.
can shoot.
I like
He can
Herder.
shoot.
I like Herder. I do like him, but I think they maybe 2 players away, or
Yeah,
maybe we could like. I was a GM. Maybe I'll strip it all apart. Maybe it's a new coach. Maybe they need to apply new pressure. Maybe they need defensive. I don't know.
yeah.
Right now, what I say is the East is getting harder, and I think to stay. Like I never once said this, but it's hard. I don't even know who's coming out the East. Like before, I knew like for years when LeBron was on Cleveland,
LeBron,
it's coming out.
Cleveland.
When Cleveland left, when LeBron left, I'm saying to myself, the Nets are coming out. Like the Hawks are in a position where it's up for grabs. Your team
Yeah,
got to be down for the dog battle,
yeah.
and I gotta give it to like the most improved player overall. I give it to RJ. I can't give it to Melo because Melo is just Melo. He's been Melo since he came in the league.
Yeah,
I give it to even RJ or Tyrese Maxey or
Maxey, yeah,
Garland from the Cavs.
Garland, yeah.
But you ready for the real question, right?
I'm ready. Let's do it. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Who won the trade between the Nets and the Sixers? The Sixers
Woo!
got
So I think
Simmons and
this
Seth
is,
Curry. I
yeah.
mean, the Sixers got James Harden and Paul Millsap. I think some draft picks. But the Nets also got Ben Simmons, Seth Curry, and Drummond. Like, who really won this trade, man?
So I think, first of all, when you're a GM, you got to think about 2 things, right? You got to think, how can I win now? And Daryl Morey, I think, is one of the best GMs. How can I win now? But also, if winning now doesn't work, how can I keep players, young players I could develop without dismantling my whole team? I think Sixers won just because, first of all, they got a Hall of Famer in James Harden on top of, an MVP player. They paired him with Embiid. They also got Millsap and they got, I think, a 2022 pick. But the biggest thing was they were still able to keep their future. I thought if they were trading for Harden, I really thought they were going to have to get rid of Maxey and Thibault. But I don't know how. Some way, somehow, they kept their future in Maxey, Thibault, Korkmaz, and they were able to get rid of, the problem in Ben Simmons. I think all they got rid of was what? Ben Simmons and
Curry.
who else did they get rid of? And who?
Curry, Drummond.
And Curry and Drummond. You see, Curry, you could have kept him, you could have not. He was one of Sixers' best players, but you upgraded in Harden, and you still kept Maxey, your future. You still kept Korkmaz, your shooter. You still kept young Thibault, your lockdown. So I think Sixers won. The only thing they really lost was a backup center, but now they just got DeAndre Jordan because you don't really need someone crazy you just need someone that can hold it down and grab rebounds while, Embiid is out. Drummond was a good backup center. And don't forget, Drummond was an all-star for years on the Pistons, averaging a double-double. But I think they'll be all right. They just brought in DeAndre Jordan. They'll be all right.
You think the Sixers won the trade?
100% Sixers won the trade just because they were able to get someone that they can win now with and keep their future.
Oh man, I'm about to break this down.
You got to take into account age too, because KD is not young like he used to be. Even Kyrie is in his 30s now. He's not young like he used to be. So the only thing you have for the future to show for the future now is who? Ben Simmons. So when all three of them retire, all you have is Ben Simmons. We still got 22-year-old Maxey. We still got 22-year-old Thibault. We still got Korkmaz who's going to develop and shoot. We still got Niang that we've been seeing shooting the lights out. So,
I'm gonna have to give it to the Nets, man, and I'm gonna tell you why. If Ben Simmons comes back, how tall is Ben Simmons?
I'll say 6'9", 6'10".
Okay. How tall is
look, he's 6'9", 6'10", scared to dunk over Trae Young. But yeah, KD's 7 foot. 7 foot.
And then you got Kyrie.
Yeah.
And Kyrie is Kyrie. Like Kyrie could be 42. He's Uncle Drew, and then you get Seth Curry. Last time Seth and Kyrie played together, they was in Duke. And then the first time they played together, they averaged 30 combined. Then you got Ben Simmons. You got your backup is still Blake Griffin. Don't forget they got Patty Mills. That's another problem.
They still got Joe Harris.
You still have Kevin Durant, who is a sniper who can score on anybody on any given night, don't matter who you are. He's been doing that for the last 10 years. It's scoring on anybody at will. It don't matter if you throw Drew Holiday, PJ Tucker, Alex Caruso. It don't matter who you pit on him, Reggie Jackson, Patrick Beverley. He's been ISO for a reason. I think I like the Sixers. I like the trade. Love it. Harden is in my city. Can't ask for a better day.
Yeah.
I think the Nets want to trade only because Ben Simmons was on the Sixers and they wanted him to shoot. He had you're a point guard. You have to shoot because if not, Tobias and B, Curry, you want to go down to JJ Redick, Jimmy Butler. It was hard on all of them to score because they knew how to play Ben. Ben Simmons don't have to shoot the ball. Matter of fact, Ben Simmons don't have to bring up the ball. You want to be honest with you. Because Kyrie, understand this, can score on anybody too.
Yeah.
And Ben Simmons at 6'10" is cutting through the lane. It's two things going to happen. You're catching the body or you're going to get fouled. KD can score. Patty Mills can come off and score. Your coach is still Steve Nash. I think it puts you, listen, I don't know. I got to give it to the Nets.
So what's the perfect Nets lineup right now? What's your legendary Nets lineup right now? What is it?
Kyrie Irving at the point guard. No. Ben Simmons at the point guard.
All right.
I could put Kyrie at shooting guard.
Okay.
I'm going to move KD to power forward.
All right.
I'm going to put center. Man. Maybe Blake Griffin.
Marcus Aldridge.
I like LaMarcus, but he's so slow now. I don't know why. I don't know why he's that slow. But he's not
every center in the league.
He's not Portland LaMarcus Aldridge. But okay, we'll put Marcus. Let's put LaMarcus in there.
And who's your small forward?
I put him at center, KD at power forward, and truth be told with you, man, I could put Patty Mills or Steph Curry in there. That's because they both gonna give you some threes. They're gonna give you some good looks, and that's a nice lineup. That's a scary lineup,
I got a better lineup. You're not gonna see it coming. Let
me hear it.
I got Seth Curry at the 1. All right. Kyrie Irving at the 2. All right. Ben Simmons at the 3. He's gonna have to learn how to score, play that small forward, but he don't have to bring the ball up. He don't have to shoot. He don't have to pass. You got Kevin Durant at the 4, Marcus Aldridge at the 5. That lineup is hard to beat. You got shooters all around. You got defenders in Ben, KD, and you have people like LaMarcus down on the block. You got KD that can play the block, and
Yeah,
we
Simmons
don't need to
that
say
plays a
much
lot.
about Kyrie. You got Simmons. We don't know what he can do yet, but I think with the height and all, and with the defensive abilities, you got to put him at the small forward because you can have Seth and Kyrie at the 1 and 2. I don't think Kyrie should play the 1 because he's only averaging 3, 4 assists, and he's a guy that can go and cook and score. But I think Seth can play the 1 or
But it's
Patty.
funny. It's funny that you said the 3. I was thinking about like I was either gonna go big on the 3 or
Yeah,
move into the 1. But since Simmons, like, you want me to be honest with you, last time I seen Simmons play was against the Hawks, and he gave up the ball. I can't put you at the 3 giving up the ball. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? If you going for the dunk, then yeah, you could play the 3 because you could drive, you could kick it out to Kyrie, you could go kick it out to Seth, you could go kick it out to KD. But that's only if you're going to actually play that way. Now,
yeah,
Simmons, the last game I watched him, he was playing 2 pass. So now I
yeah,
need you to bring up the ball and set everybody else up. But if you're playing with a mindset where I'm about to own Brooklyn, I'm about to own a Barclays, then yeah, for sure, I could put you at the 3. I really think it all depends on how he's coming back, and
yeah,
what's his dimension on coming back. And I think Steve Nash is gonna have to figure that maybe he's really just bending, he doesn't shoot. Or maybe he's telling coach, like, look, man, I wasn't comfortable shooting then, I'm comfortable shooting now. Or I think it all depends on what Simmons is really about to do for the rest of
yeah.
the season. I can't put a starting lineup until I see what they all play like, and then I can say, okay, let's put him here, move Kyrie here, Steph here. Let's bring him off the bench, put him here. It all really matters. I think the Nets win the trade, and you think the Sixers win the trade. Who you think is getting the championship first?
Oh, for sure. Well, you got to take account the biggest thing, and this is what I think. I'm not dissing no one, but the biggest thing is you're going to have a point guard, a shooting guard that's going to mess up your chemistry because he's not playing every game. All right. You're going to have Kyrie Irving, and this COVID thing's never going to stop. You're going to have Kyrie Irving. They're going to require us to get boosters, get this, get that. You're going to have Kyrie Irving if he continues this mindset, and it's selfish, I'll be honest with you, because it's bigger than yourself. If he continues to do this and just not put a shot in his arm, and I understand it's for whatever purposes he thinks, but you got to think about it. It's for other people. If he continues to do this, it's going to mess up their chemistry. Because I can't have Kyrie one day, we're so good passing the ball. He's getting 30, Ben's getting 10, 15 points. KD's getting 30. I can't have him one day doing all that, Seth getting 25. Then the next day, it's like, whoa, now we don't have that one guy that just got us 30. Somebody else got to step up every other day. It's just going to mess with you, mess with your chemistry. So now Ben Simmons is going to have to step up every other day because of Kyrie. It's going to mess a lot up. So I really think, honestly, right now, Sixers look really good. I really think they could win. They're undefeated since Harden came. They're undefeated. But I really think they're going to have to stay healthy. Embiid has had a problem with that in the past. But, yeah, with Harden, Maxey, if Maxey keeps playing like he plays, Embiid's always
He
going
had
to
a
do that.
problem with that in the past, and B always used to be hurt.
Always. But if Maxey can keep playing like he plays now, Thibault keeps locking up and getting rebounds and doing those back cuts like he's doing now. If they keep playing like they play now, 76ers are winning a chip before the Brooklyn Nets. Or even making it to the finals. Because I personally don't think, huh?
It's funny because I agree.
Yeah.
I truly think if Tyrese Maxey plays this way,
Yeah.
night in, night out, I think if Harden plays this way, night in, night out, and Harden didn't even come in the Sixers demanding the ball. He wants to see what y'all can do. He's trying to get y'all open. I think if Harris steps up and plays like Tobias Harris, then that could be a problem itself. I think if Thibault keeps strapping up and B keeps being Embiid, then I think they'll be all right. I think they'll go to the finals, man.
I think, honestly, Sixers, let's go back to what we were talking about. Sixers and Bulls and Bucks and Heat, those are teams to beat. Because Sixers, I'm thinking of a matchup. If you think Sixers against the Bucks is going to be a nice match, all right? And I don't even know if they play. I think they play again this season. I think March 14th is it or something.
I can't wait till playoffs.
I can't wait till play because Sixers versus Bucks, I want to see those matchups, man. Because now you can't just put Drew on Harden because then you got Maxey. Who you going to put on Maxey, So I got to see that. But then who you going to put on Embiid? But then who you going to put on? You can put Thibault on Giannis and play help side. But who you going to put on Embiid? Who you going to put on Maxey if you put Drew on Harden?
Giannis on Embiid.
But I don't think that's going to work. I think Embiid is, especially under the whistle too, Embiid is just more dominant right now. Now, before you say anything, Giannis is really dominant. But if you watch Embiid right now under the whistle, Embiid knows how to play the game. He knows how to get fouls. He averages the most free throws in the league right now. He goes to the line the most. So I think Embiid is just overall too bigger than Giannis. He's more muscular than Giannis right now. I just think he's going to be hard to beat. He's going to be
You don't
hard
think
to
Giannis
beat.
is hard to guard?
Oh, 1,000%. I don't know who's going to guard him on the Sixers. You can try to put Fireball and then play help side, but 1,000%. But even if you do that, if you play help side with Embiid, you got Brook Lopez, if he comes back, who can shoot the ball too as a center. He can shoot the lights out. So now it's going to be interesting to see.
Interesting.
It's going to be interesting.
Watch the Nets play. Like, yo, I cannot wait for the playoffs to start.
Yeah.
I want to see who's coming out the East, and because I don't know, man. I want to keep it in the East. I want to see who wins. Like, I already know who. Like, West is okay, but like this is the first time the East been this exciting. Like, we don't know who coming out.
We don't know who coming out.
We over here making big moves and trades. Like, when the first time? Like, this is the first time I ever said the Sixers can fight for a spot in the finals. Like, I thought my kids was gonna get to see this. I never thought I was gonna get to see this. So it's gonna be wild, man. But look, wrap this up, man. I want to thank you for coming on.
Well, thank you so much for having me. And I'm down to do more of this, but it's been such a good talk. And I hope everyone watching, you guys tune into my podcast as well. And like I said again, daily listeners to my podcast will get exclusive access to my NFT collection, which is going to drop at the same time. So I have an NFT collection. It's going to be affordable, not none of these crazy ones. And you guys will have first access to it. So
I like that, man. Listen, y'all better go listen on Spotify. You know,
you're
gonna have to come up with a name pretty soon, man. Drop your IG so everybody can vote on this.
Yes, sir. We're gonna vote. I'm gonna try to post a poll tomorrow. My IG is simple. This is my IG. All right. You want to share it? Share your screen or post it up or whatever.
Yeah. Let's see.
So my IG is just Rodger the Legend, RODGERTHELEGEN. There's no D at the end. And I'm gonna post a poll up soon. And we're gonna vote for names. Y'all choose, not me. Shit. Y'all gonna choose my name.
I like
We're gonna go from there.
You already know what I like. I like the one with your name.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. A morning chat with Raj.
That's my vote, man. All right, man. I definitely like this conversation, man. We're gonna have to do this again.
Yes, sir.
I will say go follow mine. Y'all already should know mine by now, man. Y'all know the vibes by now. But if y'all don't, y'all forgot. This DS GoTimeMedia, man. Go follow. Season 4, episode 4, and it's a wrap. Deuces.